Third live stream of the day. It is more than I anticipated that we would have, but you know what? We're here, and this is the first grand finals for stage 3 that I've ever gotten to stream, so I'm looking forward to it. We got a good matchup on our hands. It's going to be Light versus Nova. You guys watch these two go at it in the winner's bracket, and Light actually got the better of them, which I did not really expect to happen. So I'm excited to see both of these teams go at it. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. Fanny is definitely doing something she's not supposed to. EU Grand Finals live. Copy. Save and send. Save and send. Bada bing, bada boom. I've seen a lot of people saying that there was no account sharing on Twitter, so somebody's starting something. I don't know who's doing what. For a second, Extreme's stream was on my stream, and I was super confused. I am going to invite Day. I don't know where Verdict is. Verdict is dead. I'm just kidding. Verdict's not dead. I'm kidding, guys. Calm down. Verdict's okay. We didn't do anything to him. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. I should be able to send notifications in like 2 minutes, I think, for Trovo. So we're hopefully hopping back into the action for the final time for this weekend. I'm just gonna let you guys know I am not gonna be streaming tomorrow. I am be taking the day off to rest and not worry about a dang thing, because I can, and because I've been streaming a ridiculous amount this weekend, and I usually take weekends off. Verdict. Do we think Verdict is alive?
God, I hope so.
What do I hear in the background? Are you playing COD Mobile?
No, I was watching a video.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, welcome everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I can almost send notifications again. I feel it. Bobby, your commentary on Ferg's 1v5 clip on TikTok was amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is Animus versus Nova? No, this is Light versus Nova. Animus got knocked out. They lost to Nova twice. Waiting till I can send notifications. How many streams? This many. 3 streams. Also, I don't understand why my desktop audio is not getting recorded. I noticed that desktop audio it should be recording my desktop audio, so I don't understand what the issue is. Settings, stream output, audio. I don't need to name the audio tracks. Recording. Maybe I just need to stop recording and then make sure I have every audio track selected. Usually I don't need to do that, but both the videos I tried to play back earlier had no desktop audio, and we don't want that to be the case. So we're going to try it back again. Animus eliminated. Did Nova reverse sweep Animus? I don't know. What teams are going to stage 4? Animus, Nova, Light, EUE, Illuminati, as of right now, is not. I believe they will go through the appeals process. I'm not sure what all they can do, but they seem to be very convinced that they were not cheating. So hopefully it's a misunderstanding. Given there's no money on the line, like, this is definitely the better time to get wrongly accused of account sharing or whatever it is. I know that game battles wouldn't DQ them without sufficient evidence, so I don't really know what could have happened. Either they're sticking to what they said regardless of what happened or whatever, but I don't know. I know zero information about what happened with that whole scenario. So the teams we are going to be playing are Light and Nova. Still waiting on a Nova player. Still waiting on Verdict. And let's see, who do we not? Oh, I think Spy's the only one we don't have in here. Spy. But they're on stage 4. Everybody who's remaining is in. Oh, Vera's gonna be playing in Spy's place. Okay, interesting. As far as stage 4, if you're DQ'd for stage 3, you're DQ'd for like the entirety of stage 4. You don't get a spot. Day left VC. Verdicts deafened and offline. All right, chat. Well, we're gonna do a delayed Q&A while we wait for my co-casters to arrive. So feel free to ask me anything you want to. See if it'll lag again. It won't. For those of you who missed what I was talking about earlier, so the internet I had before was AT&T, which I had to pay $90 a month to get 10 upload speed, which is obviously not good for $90 a month. I was looking at other ISPs. There's no fiber available in my
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if he's home.
Okay.
Yeah, I called him and he did answer, and it came up, you know, like the little green phone that it shows.
Yeah.
So it showed that he was on his mobile device, and he didn't say anything, and he didn't respond to me. So I
What?
And I texted him and asked him if he was coming, and he hasn't said anything. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, he's coming.
Okay. All right. So anyways, I had AT&T, $90 a month for 10 upload speed, which as a streamer is not very good. I was looking at other options. I was like, oh, Spectrum. I can get 30 upload speed for the same price. I'll get it. But knowing how bad Spectrum is, I was like, you know what?
Best out of 7. How is it a maximum of 6 maps?
Because loser's bracket automatically has a 1 map disadvantage.
Oh, so if you're in the winner's bracket, you go in up 1-0?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it will be 1 map advantage for Light. Anyways, so basically, knowing how bad Spectrum is, I just kept the AT&T. So I have 2 internet service providers now, and I'm just going to buy another computer, and I'll stream on the AT&T internet because it doesn't drop any frames. It just sucks as far as overall speed, and I'll use Spectrum to actually upload like videos and stuff, you know? Sorry, I was explaining my internet situation to my chat, so they all know the deal now.
They didn't hear you when you said it earlier? Jeez.
No, they're not very good at listening.
Understandable. Alright, I guess I could turn the music down. Get ready to go.
Did you know that BGMI Masters is being telecasted on national TV? Really? That's kind of crazy.
Oh, I guess Light, not a.
They made it big time. Spectrum Patronum. I believe it's Expecto Patronum, right? Yeah. What's the bando? What? Putting the fan on myself. Animus did qualify, yes. Indeed they did. I'm gonna see if Verdict's online. No. It is interesting that we have Veer getting subbed in for Spy, even though Spy is online.
Might be having connection issues or something. Or maybe they just want to play VR.
Did
Like,
Illuminati
give
play
me a shot,
instead?
you know?
Nope, they got DQ'd. EUDQ. Freaking verdict, dude. Hello? Hello?
Noti to send? That's the real question. Extreme the caster was kicked. What the?
It's actually perfect timing for me because my notification became available at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Perfect timing. Just get a satellite connection. What's the internet that Elon Musk's company made? Starlink.
What is it now?
Starlink. I want Starlink. That's what I want. I'm pretty sure they have like gigabyte satellite internet speed. Starlink coverage map.
SCD listenings? Yeah, Pepsi. I'll get right on that.
Are we grand finals ready?
We are indeed.
You know, I just woke up from a little nappy nap, so yeah, perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Did my call wake you up?
No, it's actually the wife had just walked over. She's like, "Hey, what time are you gonna be getting back?" And I'm like, like 3 minutes ago, I guess.
Well, of course, one of the only regions. Well, not one of the only regions. I am in the region that Starlink does not cover, but supposedly it'll be available in 2023. Nothing for Russia. RIP. Intriguing, chat. We'll get Starlink one day, trust. Is it true I'm Rav caught hacking? I don't know who I'm Rav is.
I say if I had stayed live the entire time, I would have had another noti too, but I still have another noti.
I should have.
It's only $110 a month.
Recaps of games and broke down some of the highlights.
In rural locations.
No,
that sounds like me, right, chat?
Very happy to do that. Too.
Latency as low as 20 ms. Nice.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
We're getting at it, boys. Just as a quick catch up for you, Verdict, this is a best of 7. And
best of 7, and the winner of the winners final actually gets a game advance.
Yes.
So it's actually going to be 6 games tops with a 1-0 lead in favor of Team Light, who is currently on the bro. Look, I was there. I've been here all day. 100%.
All right, chat, we're getting into the action here. Early Inferno does open up with a kill on to Donlai. Got Neil pushing on up top as well. Gonna get the drop on a couple players from the side of Light, and sure enough, Nova coming through with a couple big kills here off the rip, and do get themselves a little bit on the hill. Neil on a 2 right now.
It's 3 for Neil, trying to build some streaks right here, and I'm muted. Apologies. Neil's gonna hop down. He sits on a 3 spree right now. Oh, nearly picks up one, but Donlai's lasers return as they go ahead and hop on the hardpoint, immediately knocked off, and it's just SKS everywhere. Hez, Inferno doing everything they can to keep that hardpoint clear. Light gonna pick up a little bit of time there at the end, and I don't know how Balance didn't hit a single bullet onto Saturn's, but he makes him pay. Inferno looking to push over to P2. Concussions through the top. SKS from the side, but Marky drops him right there. And Light in position on one of the few hard points that teams have been able to hold fairly reliably throughout this tournament. Marky set up in a solid position. Spots Inferno right there as well. gets kill number 1 and backing up to try to see if they can hold, but not going to happen as it is Nova Gaming pushing on through.
It is right here. Nova Esports trying to get the break. Right on the P2 spot, there's 30 seconds left. 2 players. 1 from each angle. Oh, that's going to be Saturn's. That's going to be Fury. There's going to be nobody there. 3 stacking right here on the front side. The big entrance right there. They clear it out. There's 2 players right there on the little... That's a display. That's not where you lay at, right? Wrong. Great little cover right there. As you can see, they are finally out the gate. And finally, Nova right back in it to win it. They are down a game in the series, but guess what? We're going to be tied up just like that after that hill. Actually, it's going to be a 1-point advantage. So we're rolling over to P3 where we are going to be right on the outskirts of the fences. You can already see Don getting big shots. He was 1, bro. How do you win that and stay alive right there in the warehouse? Big brain plays now. Dave, we're taking a look at it. It's neck and neck game. Well, we're not even full rotation through, and it's already been like ups and downs for both teams.
Yeah, it absolutely has. We do have a couple players kind of shining out from the pack. One is obviously going to be Saturn's coming through. 13 kills on the board already. And then we've got Marky and Hez are both at 11. I mean, yeah, sure, you've got Neil who's just hit 10. You've got Donlay at 7. You've got Creed at 7. But most of this lobby is sitting on 3 or 4 kills right now. So definitely a couple that are really having a good performance here for the grand finals. You can see Balance now pushing up, finds 2 in the feed. Might be looking for some more action. Creed gonna get taken down, and this is a great opportunity where Light might be able to start grabbing themselves a little bit more of a lead. They get some trickle coming their way, and they're gonna have about a 35-point lead going into the next hill.
And Creed's trying to push the backside with an SKS, but the Hardpoint's already moved. He, to a certain degree, gets lucky that he died right there because that's a free respawn right next to the Hardpoint. Inferno shut down. He tries to make his way over, and Hez gonna go ahead and give up the high ground control. What they need right now is a break on this Hardpoint. Veer holding down a head glitch on the right side. Another one. Annihilator in the hands of Creed. Gonna find 1 before getting taken down. He's gonna respawn back in the garage. Still pretty back and forth between the 2 teams. And once again, pretty big breakaway for Donlai. Marky Hez all in double digits right now. Saturns and Neil doing the bulk of the work for the Nova squad. And Nova, very, very solid hold here on P4.
Yeah, very solid hold. Very much needed right now. They're getting back into the swing of things. And just like this, we've already seen, Light in a position on this map where they didn't necessarily have to outslay to win. Imagine we get a competitive game in that aspect as well as a competitive game in the aspect of the OBJ. And right now, Nova's doing a fair share of objective sharing as well. And we're looking at Hez, who's got 13 seconds. I think he's the oddball when we're talking about the objective being held. So it's not something we saw in the first time we seen Light beat Limitless on this map. Now this is Nova. We've got ourselves a 19-point advantage, and it's keeping on with the good times. P1 reset comes through. Break gonna come in. It's right in the middle of it. There's no kind of safety on this P1, but right now 2-3 players stack it. You've got the numbers in favor of Light, and Neil through the door frame gonna be able to shut down 1 trying to creep up into the spawn site. This is a weird angle for a drone to come into play, and Inferno gets it through the cracks of the door, but is immediately thirsted afterwards. Again, continuing to be neck and name. No clear decisive victor as of now, but still got plenty of Hardpoint left to play. And based off of what you see right now, I mean, advantage-wise, I think if you get P2, you've got to be able to get over to P3 and make that rotation to P4 as well. P2 has clearly been one of the biggest money hills on this map.
Yeah, it definitely has. And, I think one thing we really need to make note of here, aside from the fact that Light have the 1 game advantage, even though we're in the hard point, is the substitution of Spy being out and Very being in. I've been pretty much hyping up Spy all day today. I mean, it sounds like he had a little bit of a blender game against Light earlier. And maybe that's part of the factor. Maybe he just felt like Light was his kryptonite, the rotations they were making, whatever it may be. But not only is that a player that has been incredibly huge for the side of Nova all day today, but we were talking quite a bit earlier about his leadership abilities and his IGL capabilities, right? That's a whole nother factor that you're now missing from this game that could absolutely have a negative impact.
It does seem like the substitution of Veer not hurting him too much right now. Is sitting only -2, but the scoreboard is the main thing that tells the tale. Is right now they sit up very nearly 60 points right now. It looks like they're well on their way to the rotation of P2 as well. They're going to lock down the barn area, and that should secure spawns, as we do have Nova up in the top side right here. Hez going to be able to take down one. Saturn's trying to find another, but it's Nova on the hard point, and it looks to continue to be that way as they're holding down those long angles so successfully. As I say that, Annihilators come out. Donley gonna find two. Close to a drone in his inventory here as well, and one more would have secured it, but right behind maybe an awkward spawn or a good flank, one of the two. Inferno gonna find a big kill right there, and that's gonna allow Nova to get back on the hard point.
Yeah, 25 seconds up for grabs, and guess what? It is all a contest at the moment. No clear, but no, there it goes. The score streaks are going to reign superior right here on the fences. There's not a lot of cover to go through. Not a lot of trophies in the mix either, so break is absolutely crucial here for the side. Oh, the Tempest coming through. Inferno just continuing. Did he pick up 4 with that?
He might have. He only took 3 shots. Yeah.
I think he got 3 at the Tempest and then finished off 1 extra.
I don't think I realized how quickly that thing could shoot, but it's glitched from the spectator POV, so I couldn't actually see who he was shooting at. But man, he absolutely wiped an entire push, and that goes big for Nova once again. As now we find ourselves over on P4. Stacking the hard point is the name of the game, especially for this map, and right now there are 4 people on it for this light squad, and they've got to stay there if they want to be able to maintain this control. So chaotic that there's really only one option, the utility, everything you can throw at it, just so much, and it doesn't even matter as Veer gets it cleared off, and Hez trying to do everything he can, Annihilator in hand, able to find one, but I just don't know that this is a hard point that's worth investing on. He didn't see a player laying on the ground right in front of him. That Annihilator is going to be taken right out.
Yeah, I've made note of it before, and you know, sometimes that is just one of the impacts of COD Mobile. It's an additional challenge that players have to deal with, right? You know, if you're playing on console, you've got a controller in your hand, you're not obscuring your vision, but, you know, using multiple fingers on a device that's touchscreen that you're trying to make a play on, that's something that you've always got to be wary of as well, is where your blind spots are, right? It's kind of like driving. Your mirrors don't give you perfect coverage. Well, because you're playing on the screen that you're viewing, that can be a little bit of a curse. It can give you some reaction time advantages for sure, but it can also be a distraction in its own right. So being able to balance and making sure that you're checking those blind spots here and there is definitely important. And, well, Neil popping an Annihilator out, picks up 3 kills on the hard one reset. Oh, gets 1 more before getting taken down.
Yeah, Neil kind of cooking right now, 35 on the point. And again, when you're in the driver's seat, bro, you got to be leery of everything in your surroundings. I mean, that dead spot, that blind spot can't be your weakness. It's got to be somewhere that you're always paying attention to. It's got to be something that you're always alert to, always aware of, because sneak up on you and take you out from behind. Obviously, you just walk past people on occasions. That happens. Right now, we're going to get a little bit of, things slowing down. And Light finally starting to pick up the work now. This is a big hill to turn things around on. We've seen them pick up full hill rotations here. Nova, they have not been denied since that first hill of P2. It is not going to be denied here. It's going to be Inferno there for the break, but it's a toss-up. It's a scramble. It's a race for Garage Site. And it does look like Light are going to remain victorious on this hill. But don't get it confused. They need every bit of this just to continue to keep this neck and neck.
I had a solid 10 seconds there where the only sound in my headphones was non-stop concussion nades. There must be at least a total of 6 players running tactician concussions on this map, and it is loud, to say the least. So coming through is Hez on this rotation of P3 right here, gonna be able to find one, but Nova with the early rotations, they've been so good about that all weekend long and trying to capitalize again Opposing team's concussions try to slow it down, but we see Inferno chucking his doubles right there. That should slow down the push a little bit, as nobody on the point for either team right now. Nobody contested. There's very little in between right now, and basically Light's pretty content to just eat as many concussions as they can before they get wiped off the point.
I certainly think the concussions have been a big factor, specifically for teams that have had to go up against Nova, because I made a couple comments in some of the Nova games already that, you know, someone I was watching just got concussed, you know, 5-6 times in a row, and that's specifically going up against Nova. So they're prioritizing those tacticals and trying to get a coordinated push off of the result of essentially taking a couple people out of the fight, even though they're not quite dead yet.
No, not quite dead or not is 12 seconds now as Team Light have made a bit of a progress on the comeback. They've gained the lead. They don't have the advantage early here on this P4 rotation. Creed with a massive gunfight. Able to take down Balance. Now Slayer. The concussion's coming through in effect. Slayer going to be able to take advantage of one, but here comes the operators.
Oh, the spawn flip.
Who's going to be Shish Kebab? The spawn flip coming through. The flip might pan out. It is going to be a toss-up with Inferno still being there. Neil going to be burning the Annihilator right there on the spot. Good night, bro. I'm concussed. Bobby's concussed. Everybody in this rotation is concussed. It's chalk. And guess what? Light, they don't care. They're in the point and could close it out here with only 3 seconds left to go.
Verdict, I didn't hear anything you just said, but I'm sure it was really, really insightful. It's going to be Light coming out on top, and they'll finally get to see the light of day moving into the search and destroy, as they will no longer be blinded by non-stop concussions. Or maybe they will be. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Blinded by the light, and Day's going to guide us right back into it for the search and destroy. Right here it is the Hacienda. I got to say, I absolutely love this map for Hardpoint. Not because I think the 4-point system works well. I think the one money hill offers teams who can coordinate on into a push towards the hill and maintain the hill focus. And I'm sorry, Light coming through victorious twice already today on this map alone. Just an absolute dub. 3 points where you literally have to trust each and every teammate to make sure they use their tacticals very tactfully. You can't burn those concussions too early. You got to make sure you're using those puppies right on the hill, because you're there and your opponents are not blind. You're definitely going to be blind and dead in the water.
All right, well, definitely a big game for Light to open up. For anybody who maybe joined the broadcast late, we did talk about it briefly a couple times, but because Light is in the winner's bracket, they start this series off with a 1-game advantage in a best-of-7. So even though you've only seen the Hardpoint played, that is going to be Light having a 2-0 advantage. And with it being best-of-7, it's first to 4, and they're already halfway there. So they're definitely in a good position to possibly be looking to be your Stage 3 champions. And Nova, you know, we talked about consistency for them a lot. It hasn't just been a this season thing. It's been season after season that they have been the most consistent. And, well, they need to come through and show it to us now if they want to be your champions. Obviously, they're already qualified for Stage 4. There's not actually money on the line for this. I think there's some COD points on the line. But the biggest thing is going to be bragging rights, right? I mean, sure, some COD points will be nice, but the bragging rights that for this event, you're the best that Europe has to offer, is just absolutely a must-have for Nova to continue their streaks.
Well, we're going to go back to where I believe Nova had one of their most dominant performances in Search and Destroy today, and that is going to be on firing range. And if you're not blinded by the suns here, I'm sure the concussions will be coming out to play as well. Oh, I'm taking a look at the rotations. Yeah, we got some smokes. We got a few concussions, and obviously we've got some game to play. So Nova going to be starting off setting tone with the first attacking round, but they're not going to be pushing too aggressively. They're going to be playing for those picks, and guess what? Count on the postman. It's Neil, literally sign, sealing, and delivering. But Marky right there to return. He is not ashamed to go ahead and push up. The shot's not going to hit for the second, but We got 2 for 2s, and in 30 seconds into the round, this one's already intense.
Yeah, he got real aggressive on that one. Picked up the Peacekeeper in the process, but not going to be able to execute on the following gunfight. Hez lonely over on that B side, making his way up. Got one player on the inside of American, and the bomb in the hands of Nova. It looks like Creed going to go for the plant right here. Is right now Light doesn't have any information. Retake not going to be easy, especially with Inferno just lurking up in this top side of 10. Any rotation from that side of trailer going to automatically get spotted out. And you can hear the footsteps underneath, so Inferno probably relaying that information. And Creed takes down Hez. It's Slayer all alone, and his footsteps have been heard. I think he knows Inferno's above. Able to hit one deagle shot, but he's hit markered himself in a risky play. Oh my gosh. The flick onto Inferno is clean and nearly had the timing to take down Creed as well. But he's still got Veer to contend with on that backside toward bathrooms, and just not enough time to work with. Veer pulls out the snipes and drops him immediately.
All you, Vert.
Well, here we go. Second round in. You see it. Nova, even though they face a little adversity, not afraid to get a little dirty right there. 3 players left standing. As that bomb plant went down, 2 players only to deal with. The mincemeat of it now is the second round. So we got 2 people, or 2 players over here back alley side looking to clear that path. There's 1 player there. 2 players have already dropped. Is dude literally running around with the RUS? Is he streaking in the middle? This is something I have, not.
Didn't you talk about that earlier? Him running around mid-map with an RUS?
It was literally a top 5 for my semifinals, grand finals day, and he got a 4-piece off the rip against not this team, but who was it that they played? I can't even remember, bro. It was just, it was so disrespectful. And to see it here again, right here, the grand finals of stage 3. Okay, Inferno, I see you.
Oh my gosh, he gets another one right there. Slides through, gets balanced, does get traded. Still going to be advantage Nova right here, as Saturn's going to be able to find one as well. And now lurking up through the smoke, hoping for some information. I think he saw Slayer on the inside of 10. He's about to have high ground advantage, but I don't think either of them are going to spot each other. Saturn's might be able to get the hop up here, but he's not going to make the play, so now the move, just constantly running circles, and I don't know how Slayer managed to not see him right there, but that is a strong 3-0 start for Nova.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Bomb spotted.
All right, well, 3-0 for Nova. They showed a strong final round search and destroy performance against Animus earlier today, and they definitely have an opportunity to bring the pain to Light. Obviously, Light are up 2-1 in the series, so this is an important one for Nova to win. And Inferno still running around with the RUS, making it work. We're 3 rounds in. He's got 5 kills on board with something I don't think anybody would consider meta. And then even after Balance gets first couple shots on Inferno there, Inferno's able to put up kill number 6. I'm not sure if Saturn's maybe got any shots before he died, or if he was looking out the back door, but Slayer narrowly misses a shot. Hez rotates over, SKS in hand. Now it's Neil, last alive, taken down by Slayer. And finally, we get on the board for Light.
Yeah, Light finally getting on board right there, and a little bit of breathing room for them, but have no fear, they're on the defense now. We only got, what, 4 or 2 more rounds before we flip. Maybe the pace and the tone change for them there, so need to find a way to get a little bit of success here on the defense, though, even though it's not their strong suit so far. Maybe we'll see them play a little less aggressive. I know we've seen Marky just kind of streak on the wide side of the map. Speaking of Marky, here he goes to the first shot. He does the deed and falls back. And that's going to be Creed dropping early. Now, what I will say is, as long as Inferno's alive, never mind. Inferno's dead, Slayer. Just making sure he calls the number as he drops, and there it goes. 2 down for the price of none. Nova, they're kind of stuck in their spawns right now. They're kind of split up, and this bomb's dropped. Balance pushed him like a madman. Slayer gonna get the kill there on Neil, and now it is all on Saturns, who drops dead to rights. Hez cleaned it up 2 rounds in a row. Light making light work of it right here too. You got a lot of work still left to go here in this search and destroy, though.
You know, Inferno like he was using the RUS and then they lost a round, so he put the RUS away. When he put the RUS away, he was top frag for the lobby. I'm like, yeah, bring it back out. He puts away the RUS, they get 5-0 in a round, so he's got that sucker back out. They're trying to see what he can do with it. His teammates are going at it over on the B site, and Neil gets a tough angle snipe right here as they're looking to make their way in, and just left and right. They're slaying across the board. It seems like the RUS is almost the X factor for them. He is going to get dropped, but Donlai is all alone in that tight little corner over to the right, and Veer should have an easy angle, barring a crazy nade play or something right here, and he's definitely going to get flanked by Creed. At least one would think. Creed's actually not going to get there in time, but at the very least has the information that should be an easy kill to clean up. Veer's going to pick it up, and Nova back to picking up some rounds.
This one might be, putting us on the spot a little bit, but as far as sniper consistency for Europe, who do you guys think like the top 3 snipers for EU are?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know. It's
for the weekend.
Sunday,
for the weekend.
For the weekend, Marky's been really good.
Marky's been solid. Neil has stepped up, but I'm gonna be honest. Most of his games where he's top fragging is mostly just gunning, bro. It's not a lot of sniping. It's one game he's had a tremendous success on with the DLQ, and obviously Narks had his number earlier. They traded back and forth a few times, but I think the numbers go still in Narks' favor. So Narks is definitely one of those players you can never toss out of the mix. And right now, forget Narks. We're talking about Inferno, bro, is still popping with the RUS 79, the AK-74U. Bomb's been dropped, and now it's going to be hopped. It's going to be Creed. He's a little antsy, though, and guess what? Donlai going to be able to find 2. He's going to be able to play his life as he pushes right back in the trailer. And Saturn's going to get the head tractor, even if Don doesn't push out, which he does. Gets the kill.
Oh, my
right
goodness.
as the time was about to expire. Big brain plays, a vet player coming through. All-star performance right there for Donlai.
Oh my gosh, that timing had to be just millionths of a second or something like that. That could have really gone either way, and I think well played by both players. I think a lot of that just comes down to whether or not you get lucky enough with it, and it does give the round over the direction of light. So Inferno still rocking the RUS. I don't think you can wallbang that one with an SMG, but his teammate gonna pick up the kill right there. And they just run right past him. They have no idea that somebody's on the inside of trailer. Now Hez all alone. He's going to get beamed by Inferno. And following a strong round out of light, they get completely obliterated. Haven't taken down a single player as I say that. Oh my gosh, Slayer gets a beautiful 2-piece, but Veer on the flank there to clean it up, and Nova back with a 2-round lead.
All right, since people are still kind of joining into all the streams, and I see people asking the question, the reason my scoreboard says 2-0, guys, is because Light being in the winner bracket sends them into this best of 7 with 1 point on the board already. This is only the second map that we've played, so it only has to win 3 for Light because they made it through the winner's side of the bracket. That's why the scoring says that. This is not the third map. This is still the second. It is a best of 7. We could see Nova make the comeback happen. They're already well into the search and destroy at this point. They're in a lead 5-3. The key factor here has honestly been Inferno rocking the RUS. And, it's not something I thought I was going to say here today. And earlier,
Right.
I thought it might have just been rubbing it in their face. Like, I'm going to use the RUS and beat you. But no, I mean, he's straight up pulling out the RUS and making it look damn good, man.
Damn good shot right there from Marky. I got to say, crisp right to the top side. Catches one off guard. The RUS might be the good luck charm, but guess what? Marky and Slayer, they're going to play their 2s pretty solid right here. Bombs down. Saturn reads the rotation, able to get one, but the Eagle prevails.
Oh, Slayer!
Right through the wall. Bang hits. Neil just gets absolutely in there, and Slayer tossing his name out there. He's like, bro, you guys didn't mention my name for Sniper Top? Come on now.
To be fair, I was going to say Slayer is one of them. I was waiting for Day to give his input, but Slayer has absolutely been a phenomenal sniper throughout the weekend as well. So I think like he and Marky as a sniper duo have just made life difficult for so many of these teams. Both of those guys have had really big moments. I think Inferno probably saw somebody rotating from the behind that wood wall. Not going to be able to hit the wall bang, and 2 of his teammates make it 3 of them drop. And who else? Marky wants to make sure you don't forget about him. He's going to be able to find 2 Saturns with a 3-piece right there. He wants to make it a 1v5, and oh my gosh, the weapon, the Peacekeeper. We didn't expect to see it that much coming into the weekend, but he's trying to pull off miracles with it. Balance going to be able to get the bomb down, and it's Donlai with the Peacekeeper in his hands as well. I don't think he's going to be able to see the top wood right there to catch Saturn's on the rotation. Balance watching the opposite side, but Saturn's lands the initial shot. That does give away his location. Information's there, and Balance going to be able to regen right here, pre-fire. Not a whole lot you can do about that when there's a fast time to kill SMG with a 50-round base mag. Not able to counter it just like that. We're tied up at 5-5 and might be on our way to one of our only overtime games of the weekend.
Well, it might be one of our only overtime games of the weekend for EU, but let me tell you, the NA qualifiers, man, we had a 20-round search and destroy. It was so painful. It was so painful. Very, very good games, but yeah, that was a little too much raid S&D for me in one sitting. Balance drops down right in front of Inferno. Might be looking for the kill. Homie, I think this might be safe to just dip on back and try and recover here. Like that's going to be the case. We did have a first blood, make it 2 actually, coming through for the side of Nova. We're now looking at a 5 versus 3. Inferno looking for information, peeking down towards mid, not able to find anything to connect, but Creed takes down Balance. Great control on the tower there, and that's actually bombed down. I don't know if he was able to confirm that, but does at least for them mean that the side of Light will have to track down that bomb, and they're in a 2 versus 4 situation with less than a minute to go.
Ooh,
And now the position's revealed at least.
Yo, their positions revealed, but good team shots right there. As long as they play their 2s right here, possibly need to get out of. They need to find a way to get out of jungle. I think this rotation over back to the B site is chalked. The smoke's gonna come through. Don's gonna be able to find one. That's gonna even things up. But Saturn's is now on the prowl. And Inferno, he's already well within the firing range. Guess what? Guys are day looking dollar too short. Inferno's gonna hold the fort down. Saturn's gonna make that long trip back over to the A site. You can see a little bit of a pinch effect coming through. The info's going to come in. The shots are going to hit. Has half health, and Inferno wrapping up the back. Why did he not push that? I'm kind of questioning it. That's a big miss right here. If this does not go their way, I'm going to look back at that point especially. But it doesn't matter. It is going to be Saturn's cleaned it up. Don, big kill. Just enough time to get the bomb plant down. Smooth-handed, and that's going to push the clock up to 45. We got a 1v1 on our hands. Saturn's and Donlai. Who's going to come out on top?
It's
Keep in mind, this was a 5 versus 2 like 45 seconds ago.
It's it would definitely be a miracle round to pull off. Peacekeeper versus Peacekeeper right here. They're trying to take it face on. Right now, Donlai wants to play time, but with his location given away, it's not going to be easy to do. Saturn's going to push on into the bomb site, and right now Donlai just waiting for that information, goes ahead, gets some big shots right there. He's going to be forced to wait to regen. He can't win a gunfight in this situation. Challenges it anyway, and Donlai goes big. That's going to be another huge round for this Light squad, and 1 round away from closing this one out. It would be absolutely massive as they already sit up 2-0 off the start.
Well, I definitely got to say that this performance so far is one of the reasons that Donlai makes my super team list. He may not be the flashiest player during like an open season, but when it comes down to game day during the big events, this dude absolutely turns it up. He's got 11 kills on board, definitely helping carry the team through this one. Tied up with Slayer on 11. Marky obviously having an impact on those early snipes. Oh, Saturn's. Oh my goodness. And he went for more!
Making it look easy, Barrow. Just making it look easy. That's 4. We've seen him almost get
1 health and Eagle tailed ahead, dude.
Nah, teammates, you got to give him the ace. He's sitting on 17 and 8 right now. You got to let this dude go for the ace. I know it's a team game, but at the same time, that was the fastest 4-piece in the history of search and destroy. Donlai is all alone, isolated over on that A site, and it seems like they probably have the information. Nate's coming through. I think Inferno is looking to pick up the final kill with a sniper. And he's going to peek the outside. Saturn's, there we go. The ace is his, and 18 kills on the board as we head to overtime.
Overtime we go 6-6. Now flip side. 18 on board for Saturn's. Not only that, but he gets to revenge from the 1v1 he lost, where I'm going to be honest with you, just Don played that so freaking well in that 2v5 clutch and putting us in this potential situation for an overtime slot. Big ace coming through for Saturn's now. He's going to find first blood. It is going to be Don again. He's got his number. It's called ring him up, rock him out. It is Balance and Hez looking to collect the pieces. Balance able to find one right on the bottom side, 10. But the damage done. It's going to be the bomb pushed over A plant for sure. In a minute and 30 on the clock, it's going to disappear. 45, and the pressure is going to be felt. Now, as you can see, Hez is literally in spot side, looking to make a rotation over. Balance is fighting demons. Literal demons right here on the backside of this A-long site.
That's going to leave Hez all alone. SKS in hand. He knows he's getting wrapped on from wood. He's got to make the push right here, and he's got to do it fast. Neil's going to spot him with the sniper in hand, and he doesn't want to play that round any longer than he has to. Nova's going to take the lead here in overtime. For those of you who are not aware of the overtime rules, you got to win by 2. Unless you get to 20. I've never seen somebody go to 20, and that would be an awful long way, but obviously with the scoreboard looking the way that it does, Nova wanting to close this one out as quickly as possible. The push coming in a little bit of a slower start here as they bait Inferno into an aggressive push up mid right there. A couple of first bloods going to be big for Light.
With Hez picking up Vire there, that is absolutely huge. Creed does come through with the refrag. Now on the run, Neil takes down Slayer. Just like that, it's brought a little bit closer. It's 2 versus 3. Well, it is until Donlai cleans up the kill onto Creed. Now Marky and Donlai up against Neil. Smoke is down to try to help Donlai cross mid. Got a thought at least that he's either playing B or backside, and he gets the vision.
Yeah, that should be easy.
Yep, they're on the hunt. Oh, shots coming through.
Right into
Marky
Marky.
rounds the corner. Good shots. And we're yet again in another overtime position where, are we going to flip? Yeah, okay, so that's how it works. It's 2 rounds on the attack, 2 rounds on the defense.
That's a W.
I didn't understand how that worked. And that's a W. Yeah, I completely agree. And we flip back and forth until we get to that 2-point mark where you are 2 points ahead, kind of like in 21, right? You know, you got to make it to 21. You can't win by 1. You got to win by 2. Well, we're only going to 20 here in Search or Destroy, and back and forth we go here. If you can't get back-to-back rounds, we're going to flip them right back up again. Inferno, oh, Marky, you got to hit those. The ones that are easy are usually the ones you miss, though, and that might be coming back to haunt him as Neil's going to be able to find first blood from the squad. It's going to open the floodgates.
Hez wasn't ready for that, dude. Oh, no. Oh, Slayer. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's pain, dude. He dropped down when Hez had the call out that their whole team was jungle. He dropped down, and there was one more player rotating from showers. And that's a easy kill for the side of Nova. Marky cleaned up by Saturn's. Nova, they're trying hard here, man.
Marky was trying to pull off a miracle right there. That was a super clean 2-piece, and he was just hoping the rest of the 3 players were completely out of position, but they're there to end the round. And once again, Nova with the round advantage. They are going to be on the defensive once again, and nobody really waiting over on the A side. You got right now Veer, the lone ranger, over on the B site. You got Donlai working his way up as well, but with the smokes going over top, they're going to go ahead, work their way back toward wood. Right now, paying attention to the snipers. They're the ones that got to make the plays, and it's Inferno finding first blood. Gets information on another player over on the A site as well, so likely going to see some of that utility go on through. And verdict right now, it's a big opportunity with a man advantage for Nova to close this out.
Yeah, indeed, but you got to play conservative as all get out. You can't afford to be aggressive with this 1-player advantage. Just wait for your opponents to make a mistake. It's literally a minute off the clock. No moves, no traction, no commitments on either side. You got a 1-2-2 split. 1 right on the B site, 2 right in mid. The rock and roll to deploy either to the B or the A site. and 2 directly on that A site, you know, just overlooking. Got 1 trailer, 1 in armory. So very, very respectable defending strat here, and 2 players looking to find the kink in the armor on the jungle site. 2 players looking to find something to work with. And they get a lot right here in Saturn's. He's going to go ahead and get the push. That's going to be the nade shot, the concussion. The info's there. If anything, it's just wasting the time. Can't move, can't make anything happen. And the redirect on the deployment is going to be Creed coming through with the heat, the smoke. Shots coming in. Saturn's going to get 1. This might be it. We might be in overtime, but it is far from over. Slayer, what was that? 2 on the feed.
He's got a
Only
plant.
10 seconds left. He's got to get the plant.
Saturn's hears it. He knows that he's got a plant right there. The no-scope's not going to land. There's not enough
All you
time.
have to do is not die.
Veer, yeah, Veer's in the right spot. He's looking at the clock, knows what his teammates are doing, and said, nope, not going anywhere close to that. Hides on inside top 10. And that's going to allow Nova to get that final round, close things down in overtime, and get their first game win of the matchup to move things to 2-1.
That was an intense game, to say the least. And Saturn's, what a brilliant play there at the end. It's definitely got to be, you know, one of those plays that Verdict had Saturn's on his super team list for, because that was absolutely perfect. He gave his life for the win, heard the plant, knew there was 8 seconds left, knew Veer was mid. He went for the play. He picked it up. 22 kills on board in the grand finals of the EU Stage 3. Your next closest is like a 3-way tie with Inferno, Slayer, and Marky at 13 apiece. You've got Creed and Donlai at 12, 11 for Neil, 9 for Hez, then 7 apiece for Veer and Balance. Definitely an incredible game for Nova, and that is going to bring them 1 round closer to tying this series up.
And there we go. It's Control we're heading over to is technically game number 3 of the series. It shows that we're already 3 games deep, but again, as Dave mentioned, the winners of the winners finals, they get a bye in the first and get that 1 point for free off the rip. So hard work, well earned and well deserved. Light, back and forth we've gone, but it is Control that is going to determine if we are going to see a tie game or if we're going to see this lead be extended now, as we're going to go ahead and flip sides. Does look like Nova are going to have the opportunity to be on the defense here on standoff, and this would be the first time I get to see standoff on Control. And Bobby, I know you haven't seen a lot of it yet, but I want to say the points are pretty competitive. I think Courtyard's one of them, Day, if I'm not mistaken, and then the other is
Tractor?
maybe like the A bomb site, Tractor.
Day?
I was trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's Courtyard and Boxes.
Okay.
Courtyard and box. Oh, that does make sense. Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Courtyard and Boxes. I don't think.
Wait, I
Tractor
feel like, is offensive side the same as the offensive side for Surge?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, because you would be able to get to boxes really quickly. That makes more sense. Okay. All right, that makes more sense. I'm excited to watch it. Like this is for me a learning process, because I'm trying to figure out the way that these teams specifically play Control, but also just learning new maps in general. We've been casting S&D, Hardpoint, and Dom for the last 3 years at this point, so it is a very new environment for me, and I'm excited to see how the teams take it as we get ready to head into the standoff Control.
Standoff it is. 2 points, 1 boxes, 1 right there in the Courtyard. I think Courtyard is going to be a little easier to maintain, as you know, you get a little bit of map control through there. You work towards the spawn side of the defense, and it's literally a funnel to the B side. So I'll be interested to see if we see a team deathmatch style, or maybe a little bit of both. Maybe, you know, some objective play at first, and then you see that TDM come into effect full towards the end. So it's all about getting those ticks on the point, and also playing your 2s and playing your lives to the fullest. I mean, this map's not huge. It's not made at the speed that these players are moving at. It's not made for you to, you know, be in one place at one time. You can move very quickly from one portion of the map to the other, We'll see how it pans out now. As this is probably going to be one of the more fast-paced maps. I would consider it kind of like Summit, but Summit's like, I mean, it's just it's a blender. It's 3 lanes, very, very high interactions. We'll see how it pans out.
Yep, that's
I missed this tweet from you, Bobby, all the way back in January, but COD M2 confirmed to have Black Ops 3 zombies. Bro, how did I miss that?
That's an old tweet. How did you just now find that?
Someone retweeted it.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
All right, well, it's battle for the B site over here. Is the offense able to get 1 full tick onto B, 1 full tick onto A, and right now it is a 3 life advantage for this light squad. Looks like they are focusing primarily on A right now, and balance. Here's footsteps on the inside. Saturn's going to be able to get the better of the gunfight. We do see the respawn snipes coming out. Slayer, sniper in hand, and there's just so much of that mid area that you can clear out with a bolt action sniper that normally you wouldn't be able to have that big of an impact in a respawn, but with this much predictability of the area that they're going to be, makes a big impact, and that gives them a really early A cap, and especially with a life advantage, now they can decide, do they want to go for the objective, do they want to try to play it out in a TDM?
It's going to be difficult getting over the box. You can see there's a lot of focus here for Nova. They've started to down. They closed the gap. It's only 2 lives advantage now. But the time it's on the clock is plenty to see this will come down to the wire. So Neil Balance getting some trades coming along. The environmental, and then
watch his
coming in. It is going to be Creed hold the box. Saturn's now as a do-si-do. Hez is literally up top. He's down low. He's got 2 right in the corner. They're dead to right.
This is a great position.
Oh, how did he get into enemy territory?
He
He
hit a disgusting hop up off the top of the car to top market, and they had absolutely no clue what was happening. They stacked a point. That's an instant B cap, and he really single-handedly immediately won that round for them.
Yeah, that's a total Shotzzy play right there. Good night. The movement, the ability, the 200 IQ.
We've talked a lot about control the past couple weeks, right, Verdict? And we mentioned that a lot of maps are set up to be very defensively heavy. This is one where I would agree with that to an extent, but if you're the offense, it's very easy to get to A. It's very easy to hold down A. I would say 7 out of 10 times you're going to see at least an A capture. B, obviously substantially more difficult. It's very, very close to the defense spawn. But if you do get the break in, there's only 2 ways into that point. You're going to be funneling through the market, or you're going to be going through mid-street. And once you're the offense and you're in on the hill, if you've got multiple players there, it can be very, very easy to capitalize on that kind of hold. So that's exactly what we saw out of Light. They did great. Balance. My dude just burned out his purifier for nothing. It's a little bit unfortunate. We've now got a 4-kill lead for the side of Nova here in the round 2 of Control.
And you can see the contest coming in. It's going to stop the clock. Certainly someone there from both teams. Now Nova trying to clear the path. A is going to go ahead and get dealt with, and that's going to push us up another minute now. 6 life advantage, make it 7. Score streaks definitely on point here for Neil. He's racked up plenty of them. The drone, the Predator, and the cluster. 1 drone up in the air. Krieg can provide very, very crucial intel. Now we see the bird's eye view of where these players out from Light are. Cannot hide from this one. It is the bird in the sky that's going to make the difference, and now it's all on Nova to capitalize on this. They have just absolutely dominated here on this attacking round. 9 life advantage now as streaks are certainly going to be coming into the factor. I just don't think it's going to be coming out here. Save it for a rainy day. Nova definitely flexing on this round of Control.
Yeah, this is the streaks especially, I think, are going to be the thing that can determine whether or not a team is able to flip the odds based on whether it's an offensively or defensively favored map. I think we saw on Hacienda, the teams typically having an easier time on offense. It looks like the same case here on Standoff. No defensive wins yet. And like you mentioned, Neil has full streaks right now, so that cluster strike can play a huge role on both sides of things, really just depending on what they need. We've seen situations where people have been able to get big score streaks, maybe call it in too early, might not have won you a round, or it may have very well costed you a later round. So these teams got to continue to learn how to use those score streaks in those optimal positions. You can see some of the Annihilators coming into play is Hez going to be able to find one right there and opens up the push on over to the B site, finds another right there, and if they can get a couple stacked on and cleared out, might be able to make something out of it. But Neil does go ahead and call out that Pred missile, and that's going to wipe down a couple, and they regain map control right here as they look to finally get a defensive round.
All right, well, we're currently tied as far as score goes in this control 1-1. We've got a 4-player life advantage once again for the side of Nova, and they are trying their best to get the defense in here. And you've actually had a very difficult time for Light to get on into the A site. Now we finally got an opportunity as Marky is pushed up. Saturn's is in Delhi, and you have Inferno rotating in, picks up that clean kill. Nice little 2-tap with the SKS there. And now Saturn's top blue has a big opportunity to just start farming out on a couple kills. He picks up 1. Actually, 3 in the feed, but 1 once he got up top. Picks up another there, and my goodness, this is almost as convincing as the firing range control that we had the other day. 18 lives left for Nova. No cap on A, no cap on B, and no lives left for Light. Also, that reminds me, I need to switch the names of my screen.
Yeah, there you go. I did that immediately upon going back in the screen. I figured we would be swapping. I took a look at it before we did that. That was possibly one of the most disgusting spawn traps I've seen in today's games. We haven't seen a lot of control, but that's one of those points where you're spawning in and you're literally right in front of your opponents because you haven't been able to deal with them because you're literally spawning in and you don't know where they're at still. They are lurking around right now. It's player advantage. Might have been a little AFK right there. It looks like he does have his streak still in hand. He's going to be back in full force now. The progress, a little bit of dose going on B, but no kind of harm for them to be worried about. It's a 3 life advantage. Make it 4. Well, no, it's back to 3 to Predator missile coming out as Neil does wrap those streaks. He burned one earlier. Still got the cluster to play with, so we'll see how that pans out now as he's going to go ahead and pop the second drone, and with 42 seconds on the clock, he gets insta-thirsted. And I got to say, where are the plays here at the spawn traps? They're going to be in full, and we flipped, and the advantage, it is in full effect. Only 10 lives left, or 12 lives left. Nova kind of feeling that burn that they put on Light last round. The shoe's on the other foot, and it's not looking pretty.
And right now, both of these teams showing why there's definitely a need for changes in the way that spawns work for control. You can see, especially once the operators come into play, it is so difficult to not get spawn trapped on that offensive side. And once again, back-to-back rounds where the offensive team is just getting completely slayed out, disgusting head glitches that you can very easily see those spawn areas from. And it looks like Nova not going to be able to get a single tick on the A or B site as, once again, the spawns reigning supreme right here with only 2 seconds remaining. That's going to end the round, but right now, if you're Light, you're happy you were able to get around, but you know that you are about to spawn in to very much the same situation, and the opposing team has some very powerful streaks and operators to work with.
All right, well, we're all tied up going into round 5 of control. It's going to be Nova on the defense here. Potentially have a big opportunity to tie up the score in this series if they win. If not, Light could go on to match point, and that's certainly a big factor. Inferno finds a nice little 1-tap, pops Hez in the head. That SKS. Oh, nice little hop up from Creed. Finds 1, finds 2. Can't make it back over the wall before Hez takes him down. And now Marky rotates right into Neil as well. And Nova, they find themselves with a 3-life advantage. So much utility is coming in onto Neil right now. He's going to get taken down, but Saturns might be here for the refrag. Sure enough, he's going to find it. And Nova, definitely some well-executed plays coming there. Slayer's rotating secret, and Neil rotates right over into him. This has been a hectic round 5 here. Only a 2-life advantage for Nova right now.
Yep, Streak's certainly going to be a full force. If we get a full wipe, I'm sure Neil's going to try to find a way to pop that cluster. The 100 drones up in the air. Be able to find a little bit of value off the back of that Annihilator. Bounce Streak to the mid-map. Not safe on me. Both ways before you cross the road. Marky, here he comes to bandit himself. Annihilator pop rounds the corner. He is going to get dusted. And now it's all on Don for the contest. There go it is the Streaks coming out to play. But a miscue, look, you still got balance tucked away right in this corner. And I think this might be a little, you know, over-aggressive with the positioning. It might pan out, but you get a little bit of safety. Now it's Don who's on the B site, making something happen here, but lives, they're to a minimum. It's 5. You got to play it to the full. The push down below the market side. It's going to be 2. And I don't know if Don needs to continue to contest this. He's getting swarmed right now. He's going to be out, and now we've got a 4th, make it a 3-5.
It is way too close right now. It's 3-4. Balance is pushed up. He doesn't realize they're on the backside. Purifier's going to go to waste, but it's still 2-3. They got people on both points right now. All they got to do is get that 1 kill to close things down. There's not really much of a chance that they get B secured, but we do see A control go through right here. And once again, the game of TDM very much in play. One operator could instantly change things. It's going to be Veer finding Don Lai right there. And Nova finds a way to close things out. It was looking dicey.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Oh, they have points to 7.
Oh, they Oh my god.
That's for the admins. Guess what? The admins are the players. Nova got a sold bag. I think they're the ones who's hosting the lobby. This isn't.
Yeah,
imagine they DQ.
Oh god, I hope not.
I'm just kidding, guys. Don't DQ, please.
Well, I mean, I think we comments about, you know, how smooth and quick the tournaments ran with the players hosting a lobby. You know, we're all the human, right? We make mistakes, and admins do the same thing. We've seen searches go to 6. We've seen, you know, Hardpoint go to 158 times, and dominations when they were being played go to very odd numbers, 75 for rape. But at one point we were going to 100 per round. It happens, right? I mean, you Search and Destroy is still fresh on your mind, but again, it's a 3-2 win, and that is going to be Nova taking the bag, even though they kind of sold with the room code.
Well,
the room placement.
I'm seeing in the chat that they actually let the admins know right away, and they told them to just go ahead and play it out and end at 3. So they already had permissions ahead of time, so no DQ, no nothing, guys. That's going to be a win for Nova coming through. A little unfortunate that we can't, you know, fully go over the scoreboard here at the end, but Nova have now tied up this series 2-2. Keep in mind, for anybody who joined late, because Light was in the winner's bracket, they got a 1-round advantage coming into the best of 7. So that's why we're tied up 2-2 on a control. And man, Nova just will not go down without a fight.
Everybody in chat's like, oh, I knew it was 7. Yeah, you're also not commentating and haven't been commentating since freaking 5 o'clock in the morning. So cut us some slack. Okay, guys?
Yeah, 2 mornings in a row. 2 mornings in a row, not just a day.
Exactly.
Yesterday. Right?
And
you
day casted till 12:45 last night, so I don't want to hear anything out of none of y'all. Tired of your nonsense.
Oh, DQ for chat. That's right. DQ for chat. Go ahead and spam it.
Yes,
DQ
that's
chat.
a DQ. I'll vote for it. That's a DQ. I'll vote for it.
100%.
Agreed.
No, it's not. Can't spell EU without DQ. Certainly, we got to DQ the chat too. I'm waiting for my DQ to come through. I think it was potential tardiness for the finals. I'm gonna be honest with you. I laid on the couch, and I was expecting to possibly see some CDL, and it didn't start until about maybe an hour ago. But I passed out well before that start time came through. So certainly getting our fair share of some competitive play though, as we are in championship Sunday. And we're getting some championship plays. It's closer than ever going to be. It's 2-2 right now. First to 4 wins. And right now, it's going to be a hard point on Raid to decide who's going to take the advantage back. Is it going to be the Nova team, who we haven't really seen lose a lot of hard points? As a matter of fact, the first one that they lost was indeed that map on
Hacienda.
Hacienda. Very's going to drop out, and Spy's going to be resubbing back in. That's a POG champ right there. Nova doing it without Spy, arguably one of their best players. Now
Well, it
he's
looks like
getting
Spy
thrown back
might
into the
be
mix.
subbing in.
Might be subbing in.
Yeah, at 4:03, so 5 minutes ago, Nova put in a request for Spy to sub in.
I've got
and
people in
Veer to
chat
sub
requesting
out.
Peacekeeper builds.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Let me see if I
I think
can
Veers was the sub though.
friends loadout.
I don't think you have Spy as a sub in. I think Spy just wasn't available, or Spy
Well, that's what I mean.
You
That's what I
end
mean.
up-
They're having Veer sit.
Do I
They're
have
bringing
any of our
Spy back
Peacekeeper
in.
players?
Okay.
Apparently, Spy took a nap.
Is Neil used
didn't.
a
Yeah, there you
Peacekeeper?
go. Get some rest, right?
No
We're
Peacekeeper
only
for
human. We
Neil.
need sleep too, right?
We're not allowed to have sleep.
Spy has Peacekeeper
no,
probably.
Sleep here. No fun here either, bro. This is a
Wait. Wrong thing.
this is a very
CBR.
intense matchup. This
Here's his
championship Sunday
Peacekeeper.
grand finals already.
So that's
an epic
the,
matchup, and we're only 4
suppressor,
games deep. Well, technically,
task
we're 3
force
games
barrel,
deep. We're in our 4th game here.
Double
but
stack
scores
mag,
2-2, tied a piece.
agile
Now as we're gonna
stock.
get geared up,
Do I
it is
see
gonna be ready. I
disabled?
wanted to see
Oh
if we're gonna
wow.
Make a mistake on the points score
I would
line.
not
Nope,
have
they're
expected
not.
disabled.
It's 250, 600, Hardpoint raid, beautiful Hollywood Hills of California, and Bobby. Based on what we've seen so far, Spy making the sub back in. They haven't dropped a single hardpoint with him in the mix. They haven't dropped a single hardpoint up until this matchup alone. They clearly got to have the advantage rolling.
Hey, Ferg, how's it
especially with
going?
That kind of momentum from that last game, right?
Yeah, it definitely feels like the momentum swinging. I think from what I was seeing in chat, the manager of Nova seemed to think that Hacienda was their worst hardpoint map as well. So I got to feel like they're probably a little bit more confident heading into the raid hardpoint. This is a map that everybody is really familiar with, so you got to think that the team chemistry for a team that's been together as long as Nova probably going to factor in a little bit more whenever it comes to a raid hardpoint as compared to Hacienda hardpoint as well. And based on the way the last couple of maps went, I've got a feeling they're probably going to have the edge here, but obviously, as we've seen all weekend, you can't sleep on this light roster.
All right, we're just waiting on a couple players to get readied up, guys. Or actually, it looks like just balance at this point, and we'll get you guys into the action. And it's all tied up. Nova 2 up against Light on 2, and we are going into our 4th game of the series. Can Nova make the comeback happen? Got to get to 4, guys.
Any
So,
other?
no matter what happens here, going into our hard point on raid,
I think they're
we are
trying to
going
DQ because of the
get an extra game as well,
rounds.
possibly 2 more games depending on how they go. And this is certainly a great way to round out the weekend. Again, I think all that's really on the line at this point is an extra bundle of COD points. And the biggest factor is obviously going to be those bragging rights, especially if Nova do make the comeback happen. Looks like maybe Spy is having a connection issue.
Apparently somebody's debating a rule, so maybe they're trying to. They might be trying to get it.
Okay, well, I mean, we've seen subs back and forth though, and right now the ruling is no subs mid-series. You got to play with the players that are in the lineup. So I guess we're gonna see Veery make his way back in. This is I don't know. I think they've been doing well with Veery in. That first hardpoint was, I mean, it was close still, and Bobby mentioned that the manager has clearly stated that was possibly one of their worst hardpoint maps. They seem to play it very well. They made it close all the way up until the end. Well, right now they're going to be able to thrive here on this raid. This is a classic, right? We are going to see Veery back in the mix, and I want to see. It is going to be a hold for an escalation. So we are going to see what the case is for the ruling on this one.
I'm assuming that's for the 7 rounds or whatever.
It could be for that. It could be for the sub in. I am, at a loss. I just remember seeing subs come in left and right. At one point, I think we had 3 subs in our first best of 3 series, which had Mott in the mix, or it's the second best of 3 on day 1. So.
Well, that is a call, obviously, for the... Uh-oh. What's going on now?
The administrators. What's happening?
All right, well, it is going to be for the settings, so they're going to escalate it. We're going to see what happens, and we're going to be on a patient hold until we get the proper process and terms set in place. So,
For people asking what teams have qualified from EU, we can pull up the bracket real quick.
I mean, yeah, that's with an asterisk though. So
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, for now, Illuminati is not qualified because they were DQ'd for account sharing. I believe they are in the process of appealing that. I don't think they would go through the appeals process if they were guilty, but you never know. We do have a guaranteed spot for Nova, Light, and Axabite from the winners bracket. And from the lower bracket, we have Prometheus, Limitless, EUE, and Animus. So those are the 7 guaranteed teams. Supposed DQ for Illuminati. And if Illuminati is confirmed DQ'd, we don't know who the next team is. Probably either Nightclub or JTC, but we're not positive.
I'm so very confused.
What's there to be confused about? It's a rule escalation. It's due process, right? Got to take time, make sure everything's proper, and make sure everything's right. Obviously, it's the first of 3, and Nova was able to handle that. But at the same time, you know, if they feel like they need to, you know, get the
Score
kind of
stands!
info, before we make the move forward, yeah.
Score
Yeah,
stands,
goal There we
W.
go. I mean, at the same time, like, I don't know how you can argue to reverse that one. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything like that, but you know,
I mean, they let the admins know as soon as the game started, and they saw
Yeah.
that it was to 7.
said let it rock.
And they said let it roll. You can't go back and DQ on that. That would not be fun.
That would just be
That'd
silly.
rough. Yeah. Well,
All right.
score stands, guys. It's gonna be all tied up 2-2. We are now getting into our hard point on raid.
Hardpoint identified.
P1 right here out in the open. It's going to be a ringside affair. Probably one of the most competitive P1s in all of the maps available in COD Mobile. And right now you can see it's a scramble. It's going to be Nova on the hill. They're stacking at 3 in the feed for Creed. Yes, that rhymed, but he's finally shut down. So damage is done. It's going to be a 10-point counting now. Nova, they've got ring control. They're not looking to give it up. 3 players looking to make the breach from one side. It is going to be the flank from Hez that could make a difference, but he's not really in a position with this SKS to get some shots in. And again, there's a variety of head glitches. There's no way you're going to get anything popping from that distance on the SKS unless you have someone in with a coordinated push.
Well, when you're playing against Nova, you are not playing COD Mobile, you're playing Concussion of Duty Mobile, and that is exactly what Light went up against there on P1. They're able to get the break in. You can see Veer locking down spawns to the backside for them, and Hez looking to break on in. It's actually Marky already on the inside of the hard point. They catch Saturns on the rotation, so right now, a setup to at least get some initial time. They're going to try to find the rotations through mid-map as well, and right now, winning all the gunfights that they need to, but a double peak's going to be tough to take down for Hez, waiting for reinforcements and doing a good job of staying disciplined. One thing you got to be aware of, those concussions are probably going to start coming in, and that is exactly what Hez is going to see as he gets double concussed. Not going to be able to win that gunfight onto Veer, but teammates still there to hold things down.
All right, well, definitely a solid round so far. We're only 2 points separating these teams right now, and they could, you know, either team come out in an advantage and be on match point. That would put the stress on their opponents pretty heavily, and you know, things start to become not only a battle of COD Mobile at that point, right? It's about what team can come through and win the mental game. Not letting your excitement of having the lead get the best of you, and also not letting that disadvantage lower your mindset and punish yourself in the next map. So we'll see as things move on here. Slayer's going to take down Creed, looking to possibly push up towards the middle here. using the smoke as his cover, trying to get behind the Lambos here. Oh, that would have been a free kill on Saturns, but Veer takes him down through the smoke. Finds another onto Donlai as well, and this is a big, big push into the hill for Nova.
It is. They're going to have the advantage now. They're 3 stacking it. They're going to send 2 demons on the outskirts. It's going to be Veer. He finds one. He's shut down. Inferno finally starting to pick it up with the SKS. The numbers are going to prevail, though. 1 player left to deal with. Marky able to add a little bit of value, but not enough time for the reinforcements or the cavalry to make it there. And certainly a big hill still being contested. Nova, they have had the advantage the whole entire time, but they haven't been able to reap the benefits. I mean, look at it. 20 seconds left. That dot in the middle, it's not yellow, it's not blue. It is neutral. And you can see it, a 7-point lead for Nova. They got to deal with 1 more player, it's Slayer. And guess what? You reap the benefits of that last little bit of trickle time. It's only 12 seconds, and it's up for grabs. Allen's going to be able to grab it for himself. And that is going to go ahead and close the gap now as P4 bound. We are courtside. Let's strap up your sneakers because we're going to be balling out. As you can see, 1 player there at Slayer. He's already got the advantage here for the side of Light. Can they prevail? Well, here comes the concussions. Somebody take cover. Get in the cubby. Don't come out.
Ooh, balance. Spots Saturn's on the top side. Going to be able to take down Neil there as well. And Creed right around the corner going to be able to stop the flank, but it's still going to be... Oh, no, I take it back. Nova able to make their way on into the hard point. It looked like everybody was on the top side, but clearing out down below. Some of the operators come through, and 4 in the feed for Light. Annihilator going to work right now in the hands of Donlai, and he knows those spawns like the back of his hand. Able to find the last one and retreats to go ahead and get that trophy system down. That is going to be one of your most important assets with the amount of concussion nades coming into this hard point. And that's, I believe, an Annihilator taken out of the hands of Inferno. Really, really well played on a very chaotic hard point for this Light team.
I realistically would, for the future, argue that Tactician could be something that may want.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely think it should be. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's a perk in CDL. It's allowed. You know, it's on hand. On hand is available. It's allowing you the option to have a extra tactical equipment. I don't know if it's too OP. Obviously, we see the benefits of having double concussions and how just grossly disturbing it is. But at the end of the day, is it like broken? Is it like, you know, something that...
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are banned that aren't necessarily broken, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, to be fair though, right? We don't have recharging trophy systems in COD Mobile, right? You know, we have operators here instead of the field upgrades. True, but if you don't die, then you're not gaining that ability to get that extra trophy system.
Just get bad and die and get another one.
I think the concussions also have a much bigger radius. I could be wrong in that, but I feel like COD Mobile concussions probably have a bigger radius.
Yes.
Definitely over Vanguard.
But they don't do 20 damage either.
That's true. I also don't know what the alternative perks are for Vanguard, so I don't know how to compare them to the other options in COD Mobile. Because I'm sure there's probably one specific perk that most pros run in that slot, because I feel like I don't consistently see people just double stunning everywhere they go. I could be wrong though.
I'll look into it later for sure, but yeah, it's definitely, you also have to consider for COD Mobile, we don't have friendly fire enabled, so there's no drawback of just bombarding with concussions, because, you know, if you have friendly fire enabled, you can stun your own team.
That's true. Yeah. That's actually a really big factor now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, trying to make the comparison, trying to connect the dots, trying to, you know, get a little bit of insight right now. We're getting a little bit of light on the point. It's going to be Marky racking up and soaking up the sun right here on the ring side himself. 7 seconds left for the scrap time. It is going to be a kitchen side push. We see 2 players already from Nova. Neil racking it up in the feed. Finally shut down Slayer. Slaying out now is Kitchen. Compromise. Neil spawning all the way down the bottom side of the driveway area. Thankfully, the teammates are there to hold on to the fort. Inferno, the infamous. Here he comes with the Tempest, looking to make something happen. He's going to get heads, dead to rights. Muddy room, not safe, Marky. Get out of there, homie. And that is going to be a clean break in the Tempest. Just disgusting when I see it in the hands of Inferno. It is certainly a viable option for him. You don't ever see anybody else use the Tempest except for him.
It is definitely incredibly powerful, but only if you are absolutely amazing with it and primarily understand how it's used. And it's definitely, I would say, probably the most unique operator, at least in regards to the way that the ammo travels and everything else. So the fact that he's found a way to master it is absolutely a huge credit to him, because once you figure out how that thing works, it has so many different uses. We're going to see Hez pushing in to try to get that early control for the next hard point. Marky going to get shut down as well. Balance with an Annihilator in hand, trying to slow down the push from this Nova team. And it looks like they're going to look to push from this right-hand side. Slayer makes his way on in, and that's 3 into feed. That's absolutely huge to get the instant break.
About 30 points, 35 points in advantage for the side of Light right now, and they could again catapult themselves into a 3-2 match point situation. Balance pushing on up in money, not quite able to find the kills, but Marky's there for the two-piece. Donlight taking down Vire as well. 35 seconds left on the hill. We've crossed the 200-point mark by the side of Light. This is looking to be a phenomenal game down to the wire. The break might be coming in for Nova here. No, Slayer's able to take down Saturns. Inferno does get the refrag, but Slayer's on a nasty head glitch over there. He's going to be a little difficult to clear out. Go ahead, lays down. SMRS not going to come through with the kill. Oh, and Slayer's just in the corner denying hill time away from Nova right now.
Yeah, they get their fair share of buy. They literally, I think that's the most points we've seen so far in P3. Granted, this is only the second time around. And you look back at Nova, they had pretty much the same hold, right? They just couldn't deal with the pest inside of the point. The contest was surely there, and only able to pick up a handful of points. That was like 40 solid points for the side of Light, and they are cruising here as we roll on into a courtside push. They have the Goliath in the hill as he's looking to play his life inside of this cubby. It's pretty much a trophy system, and it's on, right? You don't have to worry about concussions. You don't have to worry about nades. You don't have to worry about clusters. You don't have to worry about predators. And here comes the push. The SMRS is not going to play an effect. The break is going to be shut down. This is going to be Light putting in some work here on P4 and finding tremendous success both times around here.
I love the Goliath play right here. You know it's not going to be usable at all over on P1. You know you can win it here on P5, and man, absolutely no hope for Nova trying to push on into that one, locking it down, and that is going to be 2 hard point wins and back to the map advantage for Light.
It's a draw. Stand down.
One of the things that we got to talk, you and I did, Bobby, we got to talk to Shift during a Spawn episode, a while back at this point, right? Was because we have operators available in COD Mobile, one of the things that players need to be doing is keeping track of when an operator was used. We held that Goliath until we had the Tempest confirmed used by Inferno, and then called it in. And I don't know necessarily that it was, that it was tracked, or if it just happened to work out that way, or whatever the case may be. But we only had about a quarter charge of Tempest built up for Inferno with that Goliath in the cubby. One shot could have really changed the way that last hardpoint played out, especially with the way that Inferno has been using the Tempest. It has a very weird zoom in animation when you ADS fire it, so it can be a little bit wonky to use. But if you have someone like Inferno who is very, very good with it, that could be a key
Hopefully
factor.
just 10-20 minutes.
Now, the big question is, do you start running a little bit outside of the Purifier and Annihilator as well? Because there's things like a Gravity Vortex, for example, can be very strong into a Goliath as well. A little bit more usable. It's good for zone denial. You have to be a little wary of trophy systems at that point, because for whatever reason, that trophy system just eats black holes. But I don't think we've seen enough teams capitalize on different operator strategy just because the Purifier is so strong right now.
I would agree with that. I think there's there's a lot of strategy that goes unexplored just because most people will gravitate toward what they're going against rather than trying new things and maybe trying to find new ways to master things that are not naturally used. So I definitely am hoping to see in the future if maybe we do get a little bit more versatility, like you talked about, the gravity vortex, like we saw right there, the Tempest. And that was a really big thing for Tribe in 2021 champs in stage 5. There were so many different scenarios where they used the Tempest to hard counter the Goliath. And like you said, teams don't really track when those operators are coming into play. Several situations where a Tempest single-handedly won them a game.
Well, here we go. Tempests aren't going to be on the table here, and maybe some food for thought for later on. Food for thought for Inferno. He's going to be feasting right there before he drops. Balance, able to balance things out though, as it's a 3v3 in the attack. Well, in a position like this, you're on a map that's very defensive, oriented. The advantage clearly there, but Balance finding advantages of his own, pulling tricks and whatnot out of his sleeve. But guess what? He's going to round the corner. The Peacekeeper Veer, he didn't have very good impact on that hardpoint. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen Nova lose a hardpoint that bad. And, starting to connect the dots with that particular situation. Saturn's able to seal the deal on one, even things back up. Now the attack, they made their way all the way into the fences backsides. Can they get this bomb planted there as they clear the spawns out? Now it's 2v2 with about a minute on the clock. Might be seeing some, first round upsets here on the attack.
You got players kind of back to back right now. Is Veer right next to Balance, who's got the bomb in hand. I don't know if maybe one of them had an audio cue, but Balance going to go ahead and make his way to the bomb, and looks like he is going to go for the plant right there. That was very much a botched concussion nade, as it, I believe, actually lands at the feet of Donlai, and not a whole lot of time to work with. They're putting themselves in a really rough spot as they don't have any type of map control, and now with Donlai all alone, not really a manageable situation. He's able to get the kill, but Veer knows exactly where he's going to be. He's not going to push. He knows that his teammate died on the way over to A, but he just kind of sits in the corner and lets Donlai get control of the situation right here. The bomb goes down. I figured we were going to see a chase, and he is making a really wide wrap right here, and we'll see if the timing goes his way. Veer may very well hop the bomb, and that's not going to be the right play. Outplayed severely by Donlai, and that's going to be round 1 for Light.
Bomb spotted. Enemy has dropped the bomb.
All right, well, Light, they do find themselves a first round advantage. I kind of got to take a little bit of judgment here on the play that Veer made. I think because we had the commitment over to A, the position was revealed. I think he was playing back towards B, thinking his opponent was going to try to psych him out with the B plant for the double back, and it just didn't happen. We got the A plant to come through, and unfortunately for Veer, he was unable to win that gunfight. Neil does find one open onto Balance, but Donlai answers right back with a kill on Inferno. Veer, little bit too much lack of trigger discipline there, does reveal his position, and Hez up top is going to take him down.
Bomb dropped.
It's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Nova right now. It's just Hez and Slayer left alive. They certainly have some opportunity, but it's not going to be easy. Nova obviously not going to go down without a fight. They showed their search and destroy prowess earlier. Oh my goodness, Creed beamed Hez there. Oh my goodness.
You think you're safe up top? Wrong. Never safe here in Summit. And round a quarter, you're literally in the front yard, backyard. You're right in someone's grill, right in someone's backside. It's Creed. He is a man of all knowing. Gets the top side controlled. The guns don't shot. The guns don't miss right there. The shots connected. He picks up the last 2 in a very big round to recover here. As Nova take another one, or take one for themselves for the first. As we got 1-for-1 splits. And again, this is a map that I still feel like, depending on how you play it, I guess, it's very defensive oriented. I think you can't go really wrong on the defense. It's just that the attack has so much more land to travel, and Slayer, good night, can't even make it down the staircase. As he has hit 1, 2, 3 concussions, bro, has just crescendoed with the amount of sound and everything for that.
Oh my God.
He's still alive. He gets nailed right through the door frame. Just a nasty little peek.
Were you watching Marky's
I was watching Marky get saved by a railing right there, and the railing gonna enable him to stay alive to hit the quick scope onto Veer, so that's gonna be around going through. Just the tiniest things will save you in this game. Big round for them as they retake the lead.
Destroy the objective.
That was one of those times I wish I could have heard Marky's comms when he peeked around that corner. Watched the rocket coming. Oh, that seems like that should have been a kill shot, but obviously the way the explosion radius works in the coding, it ain't gonna be a factor. And well, oh man, did you see that jump shot out of Neil? Big cleanup there on top, but he is getting pushed by Hez on walkway. I don't know if he heard him coming, but you can see he is trying to watch his back here. Nice quick scope taking him down. And once again, Nova find themselves in a player advantage. It's a 3 versus 2. Slayer's pushing up, sees the grenade coming, gonna have to dip on out. A little bit more cook time there, and that might be a dead Slayer. Balance does have the bomb in hand and is opted for an A-side rotation here.
He is all alone over on A's. It seems like Nova, strong predictions that it's going to be a B plant. He might actually be able to get the flank right here. Inferno right behind that head glitch, but he shouldn't be able to see Balance right there. Perfectly played. That's the equalizer. Now a 2v2. You got Slayer with a sniper in hand still, and both players now making the wrap back toward A. Neil waiting for the play from the outside. It's Creed finding one onto Balance, able to get away with his life, and Slayer's gonna get spotted. 1 HP, thinks about shelling it, decides that's probably not the play, and Neil missed a couple shots right there, but the third burst goes, and we're tied up at 2-2.
2-2 we go. Here is the defense prevailing once again for Nova. 2 rounds apiece now. No clear advantage, but again, Summit is a toss-up map. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not your typical search or destroy kind of game styles, and we've seen some unorthodox pushes in, but no orthodox shots. That's Marky all day long, baby. The push-up, it is going to be Creed and Veery combining for 2 in the feed. It's 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3. Can we go? Who's gonna take the advantage? It's one player. Inferno's literally about to get dropped on. You can see it is Donlai. He's on the prowl, gets one right above him. Headshot, never stood a chance. And guess what? The attack prevails yet again. We've gone back and forth, back and forth. Is this pattern going to continue once we flip?
I don't think that it is, just because the way both of these teams are playing, that there's not a whole lot of untraded kills that are going through. Majority of the time, whenever somebody finds one, they're immediately dropping on the flip side as well. It always feels like half of it's just coming down to the flip of a coin. Balance with 2 of the worst tactical uses I've ever seen is he botches the concussion, then sticks the nade to the windowsill. That was pretty low value plays right there, but he's going to be able to get into the high ground position, so at the very least gets his team some info. A little bit of a risky play as he jumps down instead of keeping the high ground to get the kill, but he's going to go for the insta plant, and honestly this is one of the few plants that we've seen so far in this matchup.
All right, well, Veer does pick up a pretty clean kill onto Slayer there, once again giving the advantage over to the side of Nova. It's a 4 versus 3. They need this round, and Saturn's picking up a kill onto Balance there, definitely helping things out. The defuse is coming through, but Hez does stop it. Looking for another, takes down Inferno as well. It's now a 1 versus 2. Takes some shots at the body he thought was maybe someone defusing there. Now he's getting pushed by Neil. He's got to worry about that. Neil cleans him up, and that's going to be the defuse coming through for Veery. And we're all tied up 3-3. Nova, this is a must-win search and destroy for them to hang on. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, it's a toss-up right now. We flip sides, and whatever kind of consistency you had on the defense, which was very limited because it's been back and forth affair, is out the window now. So it's got to be a little bit of strats, got to be a little bit of major gun work coming through up top. Slayer trying to get the peak up. It is going to be the Demon up top as well. It is going to be Don dropping. Slayer gets a, oh my, Inferno, where? It's Connector. He gets 2. And that's going to leave 2 alive. It's Hez and Marky. They're literally stuck in, one's literally stuck in spawn, but Marky, he ain't scared. He is never fearful. The shot's coming through. He should have been scared of rounding that corner because Inferno's on the prowl. The SKS on this map, I know you're probably shaking your head and questioning it, but it's kind of panning out. 3 already in this round alone for Inferno.
The lone survivor is all alone on B, is both players on the offensive side making their way on over to A, and I don't anticipate they're gonna see him coming from spawn, so might be able to find an opener without getting traded right here. we'll see how the movements play out and how the timing goes. Is he's gonna go ahead. Oh, I would have liked to see him make the trip through the ski lift right there, but he's playing this so long. I don't think he's going to have time. He's really banking on them being in some really crazy off position, but now he's all alone in a 1v2, and with only 16 seconds to work with, he's going to be able to find one, but he's got to hit some beams right here and make quick work of it as well. Creed's going to go ahead, sit back there. All he's got to do is play time. No reason for him not to clutch this, as Hez just takes a little bit too long on a big wrap, and that's going to be lead going back in control for Nova.
All right, well, Nova, they've only got to find 3 more, assuming they hit 7 with a 2-round advantage. That is a key thing in the new champs rules of search and destroy, guys. You've got to be up by 2 in search. We saw a couple overtime rounds earlier, and we certainly could see some more, especially as close as this game has been. Marky opens up with a big one on Creed, but Vera is right here for the refrag. Slayer takes him down, but Neil finds one onto Donlai. Now Inferno. That was about as free as you. Slayer swapped weapons while sliding. Why? Oh man, that's pain.
Why weapon swap, bro? What are you talking
Why?
Get with it, bro. I mean, he's sweaty. Who's watched too many mining videos? No, I can guarantee, I can attest, I can vouch. Slayer has probably been one of those players with that movement factor, especially with the sniper in hand, for countless seasons. Obviously, he's taking tips and tricks from no one's. He's got his own little style and doesn't have the dagger to go along with it. So 2 rounds in a row there for Nova. That could be the deciding factor, right? We've seen the pattern broken, and the trend is now momentum in favor for Nova squad. They need this win to extend this series, but
okay, I was wondering if Hez was gonna get spotted, but he still won the gunfight. There was no reason for him to win that gunfight. Marky, I think, took Inferno out of the Hawk's Nest above right there, and that's gonna give advantage back to Light right here. Just a really weird start to the round. Veer still got the bomb in hand, and Nova has the B site locked down, but there are 2 players working on a big flank right here. It's players 2 and 3 that's gonna be Balance and Hez, and Balance not able to win that first gunfight, but Hez has the information. Veer knows exactly where he is and might be able to get over to that right side head glitch. He's going to go ahead and get pushed up to B anyways. Bomb going down, but Marky going to be able to spot him from way in the back. And a beautiful angle as he gets traded out right there. Hez taking shots. He's going to drop to Neil. Now Slayer all alone. Sniper in hand. It's not going to be easy, but he gets the opener. He wants another 1v2 for himself. Not going to be able to make it happen. Saturn slides to the corner and wins the 1v1.
Neil,
that was a big 3-kill right there in the feed, right, for Saturns. I mean, Neil stealing Dill on 1, but Saturns cleaning up those last 3, absolutely clutch. You deal with Marky, who's on the backside, who does get Veery the bomb carrier, preventing and prolonging the round, but Saturns lurking around is never a good thing, and day world match point right now, it is looking pretty solid here for Nova to see that game number 6, technically game number 7 opportunity. We might be in a position to see if they can close it out here as this is 6-3. 30 seconds in, no traction on either side. They're playing their P's and their Q's, and defense the same, respecting the push. Balance gets caught on the mantle. Saturns, he's a madman on the loose, catching sights of 2, gets 2 dead, and Hez drops all up to Marky, and it's all up to Don. Can they make something happen here to keep the dream alive?
What the?
Quite possible.
What the?
I missed that snipe for sure.
I don't really understand how that connected. And then he follows it up with a miss. Free shot on Veer doesn't go. He and Donlai trying to make something out of this 2v2. They've got time, but Donlai's gonna drop again. And so many times, the Light team has put themselves in. Oh my! It tries to hit the quick scope right there. They just keep finding themselves in 1v2s. Man down at the end of the round, and they're not going to be able to close that out, and that is going to give us technically a game 7 because game 1 was automatically decided. Is it going to be control for the last one?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, you know, Control it is we're going to be moving on to that Game 7. Hell of a fight there for Nova. They claw their way on the attack, bro. I really didn't think that we were going to see them dominate once we flipped. I thought we would see that continuous pattern of back and forth because the attack just seemed so well for the side of Light. And guess what? I was wrong. You know, the defense doesn't matter. I mean, it's all about, you know, winning your gunfights, putting yourself in a position to capitalize. Well, Saturn's big contributions towards the end, as well as Neil picking up 11. Bro is solid. Rock as we go into the control. This is going to be the last game of night. It's Championship Sunday, Grand Finals. Winner of this next game is going to be your Stage 3 victor, champion. And I know it's not money on the line, but it's bragging rights, right? Come on now. It's bragging rights and seeding is what I'm
true. Seeding is important. That is true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, the bragging rights and the seeding is going to be more important than the. Again, I think there's some COD points on the line, but you know that
millions of COD points on the line.
Is it millions?
No.
Is it really millions?
No.
Is it 10 million? Like
just let them believe that it's
like
millions.
Doctor. I did want to point out, dude, that all weekend long, Neil he's at least proven one thing. He is the best player with a Renetti in his hand. Like, I have not seen anybody in all the time I've casted COD Mobile get as many one bursts as Neil has this weekend.
Fair enough. I don't know. I guess Little B uses a Renetti. I don't know if anybody else. I feel like everybody uses the Deagle now. I could be wrong on that. I guess snipers will be more likely to use the Renetti because you don't need that extra damage on the first shot.
I feel like as a sniper player, your precision's like your key point, right? The Deagle probably plays better, but you're looking at it from the aspect of you don't need something with a lot of damage. You get a hit marker with a sniper, and you follow a sniper, and you follow a sniper. Talking about snipes, you get a little bit of a hit marker with a sniper, and you follow it up with a Renetti burst. Even if just one of those bullets graze in that burst, it's certain victory right there. You got to kill on board. But control raid, I asked, we receive. We haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it in play. And Bobby, I think we were talking about this map in particular for control. Here we go. It is going to be the points right there on the. Well, it looks like the B bomb site in CDL, like COD.
Yeah, this is one of the only maps that I actually know where the control points are from watching the CDL. Because even for standoff, they didn't actually play standoff for control. So this is.
Well, that's not always the case. There are a couple maps that have bombs repositioned. So, for example, if you play Cold War standoff dominate or search and destroy, for example. The bombs are not in the same place that they are in.
Well, I'm just talking about control.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's chaos off the start. A lot of players dead already for Light. They are on the defensive side, or on the offensive side. Typically, we assume it's going to be a disadvantage, but it's been pretty back and forth for really both sides throughout the majority of the weekend. And for the most part, it just comes down to the team and their play style. It is going to be Light evening up the life advantage a little bit as they get it down to only -1. Getting a little progress here onto A as well. And SKS shots from Creed going to go through to clear off things. But players right back onto the point for Light.
Oh. Saturns may have saved Creed's life there momentarily with that literal frag coming through. But we get the refrag out of the team anyway. All tied up, 20 lives left for both teams. A couple more kills come through and start to divvy that up. We got 40 seconds on the clock. That A progress is getting cleared, and I can't help but think this might be a little bit of a misplay coming out of the side of Light here. They had multiple bodies on A earlier, and they pushed up through Money Room and kind of gave up that control. They ended up giving up basketball court, and as a result, a lot of that progress has gone. At least they're going to get the B to extend this game. But now at this point, they're down 5 lives, and they've got to be playing a bit more cautious here now.
Yeah, well, they got the 5 life advantage. Roll it over. They had a lot of progress on A. Failed to hop the hill and failed to maintain the control right there on the objective. But They've got the advantage. They've got the time to play with. They got to deal with this Demon and Creed now as the feed is racking up. He is not letting his foot off the pedal. That is 3 for himself. One combo right there. Saturn's just absolutely nasty with it as well, and they are denying it. The lives that had the advantage are coming to a duel. It's only 2, but still, a minute to play. You cannot be rash here. You got to be precise with this push.
And I thought Saturn spotted the player right on the inside of Pool. He did. Wrap that corner, finds an easy kill. Perfect read out of him, and this really comes down to trust, knowing that your teammates are going to have your back whenever you're hard holding those angles. Right now, this is absolutely locked down by Nova. Not even a peak of light for these guys as they're trying to find a way in, and we do have a hunter killer, I believe, available, but only 2 lives now at the expense of Nova as they've gotten picked apart. Right now, Light. I don't know. That was Veer that picks up the kill right there. I was a little bit confused for a second.
The wallbang from Markey.
Dang. Very close round 1.
Took him a magazine and a half to get the wallbang, but he does take down, I believe it was Inferno or Neil out of the money room there. And that does clean up the round for Light. Keep in mind, guys, this is the last game of the night. You may have to win by 2 in Search and Destroy, but you do not have to win by 2 overall. Slayer going to open up with first blood. Now it's on the defense for the side of Light. They won on the offense. Can they get a repeat here?
Well, I mean, we're seeing similar strategies coming through. Nova hopping the A site, get a little bit of openness. And I think the strategy behind this is you do a little bit of work here, do a little work there. And, you know, the focus is, you know, out in the open. You don't have any cover, right? So pushing in through that money room entrance is super key to possibly getting out and escaping. Right now, you don't really have too much cover, so do what you can and get out. The live cap is going to come through, and it is going to be very easily and swiftly going in Nova's favor. They have a 2 life advantage. Veery's got streaks. Didn't really perform in the Hardpoint earlier where they took like a 95-point beating. But now he's starting to contribute. It's finally shut down. Is the Goliath not going to be earned? Oh. It is Don who's looking to make something happen here on the ringside.
Oh my gosh.
What, the hill.
Look at Hez.
It's on the... They've got 2 ticks already, and it's only 1 player there.
Hez is in their spawn. They have no idea how to clear him out right now. And I think he forced them to spawn over on the side on AC. And he's been playing the distraction, trying to give his team a chance to win over on B. But they lose so much progress in the process that right now there is a lot of pressure on. But right now, Nova really back in a spawn trap right now. And this could potentially allow the life advantage to flip. But that drone actually going to find 2 kills. We don't usually see that used for killing, mainly for information. But they go big right there. And that could open up a push to allow them to close things out.
Yeah, I do think this is pretty solid for them right now because I honestly think A is the harder point to get. Now you've got B, you're on rings, you've got head glitches to use, and they maintain control, and Nova have tied things up 1-1. Verdict. If you had to place bets, who's coming through on top of this control? Who you got?
I got the player who's got the or the team who's got the most streaks. Right now it's tied, so no, it's not. It's actually just a drone. So I guess we can counterbalance that with the fact that no, it's going to be operators in favor of Nova. I think they're starting to slowly but surely figure out what they want to do on the defense. Last round, it came down to the wire for them on the defense. This time, they're starting off with a lot of control. 4 in the feed, forcing the push over to A. That's exactly where you want them to go, right? You get over to the money room, you got a free shot anywhere you want to go. But one player in Slayer who's literally just lurking right here in the spawn side, waiting for anybody to make a move. He's going to be able to take advantage of Saturn's. 2 players on the hill right there. Courtside's locked down, and we've got spawns, 3 players for each on each side of other spawns. Finally, Nova deal with the pest, and that is going to be pressure still applied. 5 life advantage, but the objective very well played so far by Light. I don't know if it's going to make a difference if they're just continuing to get outslayed.
Oh my gosh, Inferno, he played ring around the rosy, even with the SKS in hand, manages to take down a CBR, and That life advantage still sticking for Nova, but you got to pay attention to the objective. They're going to stack B. It's going up quick. There's no way single-handedly that Inferno can wipe this off. He's going to get taken down by the SMG. Saturn's is there. The backup that they needed, and they're able to take off that progress, but even with this 8 life advantage, not a whole lot of margin for error as 2 ticks on both objectives right now. But those 3 kills in the feed going to be big, and right now they've got really solid map control. They're definitely in position to take this defensive round as well.
Definitely in a great spot. Vire does come through with a big 2-piece in the feed. We lose out on B, but the pred from Neil coming through brings us down to 6 lives on the side of Light. They've got a minute 40, but they have 16, make it 15 kills that they need here. And time is against them for sure.
Oh, they don't need any kills. They just got
it.
All they need is 1 good wipe and they win the game, because they've only got to get on A for maybe 5 seconds if they can stack it. But they're down to 2 lives right now. It's a rough spot to be.
Rough spot indeed now. 2 lives left.
Why not use the Annihilator?
One, Creed's gonna fight 2. That's kind of a burn, right? I mean, from a defensive point, that's a dump because you haven't found any success on the defense. That first round for the defending team to win could be crucial, but I mean, those tides can turn real quick as we flip the script, and we're gonna see the side of Light. This is the last chance, last hope, last ditch opportunity. They've got to go big or they're going to be going home. Even with that 1 game advantage, oh, a burned operator off the rip. Hez peeks the top side of Laundry. He gets dusted. And Nova, they're already off the start, already on that B cap.
Well, that's a lot of B progress going through pretty much uncontested so far, as Bounce is just sitting in the mid map. He's going to get taken down by Saturn's right there, and it looks like they're just going to go ahead, give up B for free, and despite the fact that they're on the defensive side, not looking great in the life column right now either. You can see Saturn's pretty much uncontested, knows where Donlai is up in that sniper's nest, and the players slowly going to start trickling through for Light, but they've got to push out and get a little bit more map control, still getting slayed out. And a whole lot of operators available for Nova. You got to be aware of those if you're Light. Neil with a drone to work with as well, and they can really work these with a minute 45. They can play it like a TDM if they want to, and especially with that many operators in play, that's a whole lot to work with.
Slayer coming through, big 2-piece, 3-piece. With the Purifier here, does take the kill advantage in favor of the side of Light at this point. Hez and Marky coming through with some extra kills. Now a 4-player advantage. Should be Hez picking up 1 onto Inferno, you would think. But, oh, Inferno. Absolutely nasty on the slide with the SKS there. Do have, Donlai losing a key gunfight here in mid as well. Neil picks up Slayer. We've got a minute and 10 seconds left to go with a 2-life advantage in favor of the guys over on Light. Dude, Saturn's is nasty.
Yo, I tell you, bro, he's probably one of the biggest, biggest threats in any aspect. You put a gun, any gun, DLQ, a sniper, AR, the Peacekeeper, he makes it just look easy. I mean, he picks up anything off the ground. It's just like mincemeat. Right now, the lives advantage still in favor of Nova. 3 lives to be exact, but 38 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a scramble towards this A site now, as you can see. They're going to be able to play the TDM, but are they going to have enough time to go ahead and close it out? This could be big. The drone's going up. They're saddling up for 1 big push. There's only 2 players. That drone could be absolutely crucial. It's going to provide the info that's needed. Saturn's finds 1. He's looking for the rest. Inferno, that's going to be it. Nova Esports is going to be your Stage 3 Grand Finals champion. And Bobby, would you have guessed this?
I mean, at the end of yesterday, absolutely. Had it been halfway through today, I would have had no idea, but we got EU DQs. We got Light taking over the winner's bracket, and it's been a very unpredictable region, but no question the most consistent team on all fronts has definitely been Nova, as they show that they can do it in every single one of the game modes you talked about throughout the weekend. Their best game mode was in Hardpoint. Didn't win a single Hardpoint in this matchup, and still found a way where even coming into it at a map disadvantage, they still get the win.
Like I said before, Nova's consistency has been a big factor for them, and sure enough, that comes through strong. Even without having Spy with them, they did have Vera come through, put up 23 on the board, but honestly, the control was largely Saturn's. He won a lot of gunfights that I don't think he should have won, so got to give him credit for that. And Hez, this has been one of the better seasons that I've ever seen out of Hez, so big shout out to Hez as well on the side of Light. Obviously, guys, these teams both qualify for stage 4. This is the grand finals. We've got the top 8 moving on. Does seem like maybe there's some investigation going on into who is officially going to be that number, potentially 7 or 8 team. There'll probably be information on Twitter about that later, but we don't have that answer currently. And yeah, Nova. I think this is the outcome a lot of people would have expected. Maybe not the same path. I think a lot of people would have had it if they did like a Madness style bracket. They probably would have had Nova just going right on through the winners bracket and winning. But Nova, they make the comeback out of the losers bracket after losing to Light, and they end up being your champions in all the way into a technically game 7, right? I mean, it was game 6, but with Light having the 1 round bye, basically.
No, I mean, we started the day off with this matchup. It was Light. It was Nova Esports. Light picked up the dub 3-1. We go into a best of 7 for the grand finals after Nova battled it out in the trenches. I was looking at the losers bracket. They take a lot of heat to get to this moment. They beat Animus. They beat Limitless. They fight Illuminati, and obviously we didn't get to see all of that one due to the rolling and the situation that's going on there. That's still being reviewed. But again, Nova Esports, they show up and they show out. They prevail. They reigning champions here in this stage 3. And if we had to make predictions earlier on, I would have had to have rolled with Nova just for the simple fact that they have been so dominant here for the past year and a half. I mean, ever since I've been in the scene, even back before they were Nova, it was elevated at that time. They were just miles ahead of the competition. And you'd be a sucker not to roll with this team. The underdog bet would have probably played dividends, but if you did make that bet, odds are you lost. Look at it. Championship Sunday, here it is. That is it for us. Bobby, I got to say, man, this was extremely fun. We get to do it again next weekend for NA. Is that right?
That is correct. I might be sleeping on the couch by the end of it with the amount of hours I'm going to be putting in for COD Mobile on the weekend. But you know what? In the name of COD Mobile Esports, it will be A-OK, and we'll have a blast doing it. So we will definitely be back at it next Saturday.
There we go. Well, Dave, we're going to go ahead and sign off. I mean, any last words from you, my guy? Oh, Dave's already bailed. He said forget us.
I'm here. I mean, you getting like right? I know you said you were gonna try to get to sleep early today. Are you bouncing?
Oh, wait. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
All right,
we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, I'm bouncing. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your stream.
Yeah. Thanks for
later, Bobby.
This opportunity, Bobby, and it's always a pleasure to cast with you, bud.
No problem. I'll see you guys next weekend. All right, chat. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna raid Day because I didn't realize he was still gonna be streaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're gonna be back at it next weekend, so if you guys want to see some North Americans going at it to see who is the best in North America, we'll be here. Same place, different time. Everything's gonna be shifted way back, so it'll probably be starting closer to noon Eastern time and finishing a little bit later in the night, but maybe even close to midnight. If we adjust for time zones, it'll probably be pretty close to 11 p.m. for the end time. So definitely lots of action ahead of us, but I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like, follow, and